Yep.
Okay. I just clicked it. All right. So I guess it's
all right, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tracy Walker, and I am so excited to have each and every one of you guys here on this wonderful evening. We are here to contribute and really get started with the pre-launch for Miss Shelly Washington, and we are super thrilled to have you, Shelly, on board. And if you are here, you are a guest of Shelly. We're excited to share this information with you guys. And even if you were invited here to take a look at this information by someone else on the team, we welcome you just the same. All right. So again, my name is Tracy Walker. And, you know, I recently got started with iMarkets Live. We're going to talk a little bit about that company here tonight, guys, so that you just get familiar with the name iMarkets Live. A little over 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago now, right? And guys, I will tell you that, and I've said this a few times so far, that I have not been this excited and this thrilled to work and build a team of people, business builders and customers nonetheless, who are just gung-ho about changing their lives and excited to learn something fresh and new that honestly is not a trend, right? A lot of things that come out that, you know, you or I may hear about, especially on the internet or through, you know, word of mouth, through friends that we may communicate with, it's usually a trend of some sort, right? Something that's here today and gone tomorrow. This is not like that at all. There's a lot of buzz about it, very much so, because it's just now starting to really seep into our network of people, okay? But I want you to understand that what we're talking about tonight and what you're going to learn about tonight as it relates to iMarkets Live is a global entity where people have secretly been making millions and millions, even billions of dollars for years, I would say right under our noses, right? And we just, either we didn't know about it at all, or we knew a little, we had heard about it, but we didn't pay too much attention. I will tell you this, for the past 3 years, not 3 years, 10 years, you couldn't even be a part of this unless you had a net worth of $3 million, all right? So maybe that's why, I mean, I don't know what you guys' financial situation is, but 10 years ago, I did not have a net worth of $3 million, okay? I still don't have a net worth of $3 million, okay? So what I'm saying is that there's a very distinct reason why you may not have heard about it and why it may not have been in your realm of awareness, because it just wasn't for you, possibly, right, at that time. But thank goodness times have changed, right? And the gates have opened, and when we talk about a redistribution of wealth, this is definitely one of those times, those periods in time where you have an opportunity to take advantage of such a thing, okay? Now, whether you do or not will be completely up to you. Our job is to share the information with you. We hope that you take hold of it, you embrace it, and you use it for your own benefit, as well as the people that you care about. And if you don't, I will tell you that I am just still excited, because guess what? Now you can no longer say you didn't know, okay? You can't say you didn't know. You now know. And as they say, when you know better, it really is your job to do better, all right? So got started with iMarkets Live a little over 3 weeks ago, guys. And I've been in the industry of home-based business network marketing since 2007. So we're right past 10 years, all right? And so I do have some experience here. I've seen a lot of companies come and go. You know, there's been opportunities that look good on the outside. I'm like, no, doesn't look right, and let it pass. And there's been some other companies where I'm like, kind of looks good, but the timing may not have been right for me. I've been very fortunate in this industry to be successful and to be amongst some of the people that you see on the screen here this evening. And I decided to get on the internet and start learning how to build my organizations via that skill set of internet marketing back in 2008. And back in 2011, partner with a company that allowed me to take my business and my life to a whole nother level. Within 27 months of being with that company, I made over $1 million. And that was in commissions, not just in sales, but in commissions. And so I've had a very blessed life and being able to touch other people and influence other people. But I will tell you that I cannot take credit for this tonight, because it was my brother, Mr. Tyree Thomas, that you guys may see on the screen. He's got his headset on there. He was a part of our organization in that previous company, the Dream Team, and a very loyal and hardworking member. And we were making some transitions, and Tyree said, Trace, I really think you should take a look at this, right? And I was looking at a couple of things at the time, and he just kept coming back around, right? And said, okay, well, let's just, very cool demeanor, like, okay, let's just, right? He didn't want to step on any toes, and he definitely didn't. But when I took a look at it, I remember, I'll never forget, I was sitting in the park with my son. He was playing around. I was sitting in the park, and I watched the information that Tyree sent me. He sent me a video of the CEO of this company. His name is Mr. Christopher Terry, and you'll learn more about him as we go on for the evening. And I saw this video of this man where he was talking about some things that was in development to take place the early part of 2018. And guys, I got really excited because Tyree knew the direction that I was headed in at that time. And Tyree shared that video with me, and then some additional information. Next thing I knew, I was actually on the phone with a gentleman by the name of David Imonitie, who in the past, well, not necessarily the past 7 years, but within a 7-year period of time, guys, had generated over $10 million in his network marketing company. Okay, 10 million. Now, that is a lot of millions for 7 years, right? It's more millions than it is years, right? And so, I was able to get on a three-way, imagine that, for an internet marketer, a three-way video conference with Mr. Imonitie, and I shared with him some of my goals. As a result, he invited me out to Orlando the next day. Literally, it was 24 hours. It was less than that, because the flight ended up being like 9 in the morning, and we were on this Zoom hangout like 7 p.m. that night, right, Tyree? So less than 12 hours, a little over 12 hours. I was on a flight down to Orlando to take a look at this company from a different perspective. And, there's one thing to look at a company from a video and to be referred by someone that you know. But when you become a leader, or people that consider you a leader in the company or in the industry, you have to do a little bit more research, right? Because now there are people that are following you. There are people that take your advice, right? There are people who you might have some influence on, and you don't want to make a decision that can hurt them, okay, or harm them. And that was my position. So it wasn't just about me signing up because I trusted Tyree. It was the trust allowed me to look at it. And once I looked at it, I saw something that I liked. And then I had to go a step further, speak to a top earner in the company, and then go and actually take a look at the event. And guys, I sat in a hotel room with about 1,500 people in Orlando, Florida, with this company, iMarkets Live. And I watched as people walked across that stage, who people that were earning, $10,000 a month, and they're 22 years old, right? $25,000 a month, $50,000 a month. A gentleman by the name of Gary McSween, $50,000 a month. And guys, this time last year, he had only made like $7,000 in the whole year, right? From Trinidad and Tobago. So what I'm saying is that, I've seen stories like that, but I'm gonna tell you something that I witnessed and that I saw that really pushed me over the edge. It wasn't so much about the networkers that could build teams, okay, and make a lot of money. What it was really about was me actually talking to the people in the audience, people who didn't know who I was or anything, right? I'm just a regular person just like them. And I asked people, well, how are you enjoying this company, right? Are you making money with this company? And on several occasions, people would pull out their phone. Matter of fact, where's my phone? Somewhere. Would pull out their phone, and they would literally show me the data on their phone and say, look, I just made $500 yesterday. Right? Or they'll say, look, I made $16,000 last week. Okay, I made $300 this morning, all from the power of the education and learning how to trade in the Forex market. And guys, that's what we're here to talk to you about tonight, is being able to attain a skill that no one can ever take from you. And guess what? It's not a trend. It's not something that you have to sell to someone to make money. It's not something that you have to have, inventory in your house to make money. What it is an opportunity for you to actually be able to take the education and go out there and make as much money as you want to make if you choose to take the time to learn it. And that, for me, ladies and gentlemen, was the icing on the cake, where you did not have to be charismatic. You did not have to have a lot of influence. You did not have to know how to build organizations. You didn't have to recruit anybody or build a team. You really could just sit at your computer or sit at your phone and start actually tapping into the Forex market, a global market such as that, and really begin to change your life. And so, guys, as I share this information with you here on this evening, I want you to understand that this is more than just an opportunity. Okay, this is more than just, oh, join this business, or Shelly invited me out, or one of the other Dream Team members invited you out. I really want you to, as I share this info, put your business hat on, put your financial hat on, and I want you to ask yourself, as we go through this material, is this something that can help me and my family long term? That's what I want you to ask yourself. And when we're done, if the honest answer that you have with yourself is yes, then we'll give you the next steps on how you can start working with us. If the answer honestly is no, then that's okay too. We appreciate your time, and we thank you for at least learning and hearing about something that is actually life-changing for so many people, young, old, and everything in between. All right. So with that being said, what I want to do is I want to turn over to Shelly for just a few moments for her to just share with you guys why she got started with this opportunity and what she sees as a benefit. And I'll just tell you guys, if Shelly doesn't mind me kind of like airing some of the laundry, right? Shelly and I worked together in a previous opportunity, and I actually contacted her about this company, right? And she goes, oh no, I just started with this other thing, right? And we're doing this and we're doing that. I mean, that's not her voice, right? I'm just, being dramatic. But the gist of the conversation is that she was already doing something, right? And she was like, okay, no, I'm not really interested. And I had her on my list, and I just put a little circle, right? I said, okay, well, I'll come back around to Shelly. And then we turn around, and it couldn't have been a week later. And our dear Dream Team member and business partner, Herschel Chalk, had found a way to turn Miss Shelly's mind around. I have no idea what that young man did. Maybe Shelly can tell us. But Shelly, please, if you would be so gracious to share what, and I say that to say that because you came back around, there was something that changed, right? And if you could just share what that is and what benefits you see to being a part of iMarkets Live, that would be awesome. You're still muted, Shelly.
Okay. Can you hear me now? I think I'm unmuted. Okay, well, let me tell you, this iMarkets Live is a phenomenal platform. I actually got started. I actually started the day Tracy called me. I had just signed up for a Standard & Poor's 500 options course. So that's what I was going to do. And that course, believe it or not, cost me $9,000, okay? So I put out $9,000, and I also, they will trade for me. Well, yeah, they will trade for me $10,000. So I put in $10,000 for them to trade. And it's the same situation that we have here at iMarkets Live. They will trade for me, and I can learn to trade the options as I go through, okay? But the interesting thing was, I didn't sign up for the Forex and Futures class on that day because it was just like, I figured, okay, I've already spent 20 grand here. I'm not ready to spend another $12,000. The course for the Futures and the Forex class was an additional $12,000. And I was blown away when I saw over here that I could learn the Futures and Forex training for like $2,000 a year, basically, and a $195 one-time fee. That's phenomenal. I'm like, wow, how fortunate am I that I didn't go and put that 12 grand in. But when they say that these classes are that expensive, they really, really are. And I'm a testament, because I had no idea that I was going to join iMarkets Live, and I had no idea of how much it cost. But after seeing that it really did cost that much money, I was in. I mean, and I didn't see what Tracy was doing, because it was another deal. I think we were all transitioning from our other company, and I had seen what she was doing, and I thought, okay, that didn't hold my interest. So when she called me, I was thinking it was to get me into what she was doing there. So I'm like, okay, no, that's not what I want to do. So Herschel called me, and he asked me he said, have you seen the presentation? And I'm like, no. So he sent me the presentation. I had never seen the presentation. And when I looked at that presentation, I was all in. I was like, oh my goodness, this is incredible. And it's so true. I mean, those classes, when they say those classes are thousands of dollars, they really are. They wanted $12,000 to take a Forex and futures class. So that's why I'm here. I mean, and the beauty of this is you can also build a team. I love the field of network marketing, and I'm trying to reach Miss Walker's level. I have not attained that yet. Miss Walker is a multi-million-dollar earner. Congrats, Tracy. So I'm really trying to, follow in her footsteps. And I'm also trying to help other people. I want to be able to share information with other people to let them know that they can do this. They absolutely can do this. And I mean, a platform where they teach you to trade, that's awesome. I mean, that is just awesome. And you can mirror trades. How cool is that? I mean, that's just awesome. And I have the opportunity to share with others. So that's why I'm in. Thanks so much, Tracy. Back to you.
Oh, Shelly, now see, so now you guys can see why sometimes if you reach out to people, the timing just might be a little off, right? Shelly had just shelled out $9,000 the day I contacted her, right? So her brain was probably like, I don't even want to think about it, hear about it, nothing. And she's right. I didn't even get a chance to show her the presentation. She was like, right? And so as God would have it, right? He used someone else in our organization. So we're very grateful to Herschel for being able to make that connection and really, Shelly, save you, okay, from what you were about to just embark upon even more, right? You were already in, but at least mitigate some of that damage, right? So that you can see the power of learning it and still earning the money without such the heavy upfront capital. And so guys, we say it all the time, right? People are spending tens of thousands of dollars to learn this stuff. And little did you know, one of our own Dream Team members is actually a true testament to that, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my presentation here, guys, and make sure that you guys can see everything before we get going. And we should be okay. Can you guys see this screen here? Yes? Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So iMarkets Live. This is why we are here. We are learning and going to show you how you can learn to trade in the Forex market. But first, what I want to do is I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. And when I say the same page, I mean mentally on the same page and just, emotionally and energetically we're going in the same direction, okay? And the way that we're going to do that is I'm going to share a little information with you that was created by a man whose name is Robert Kiyosaki. And many of us have been influenced or at least have read his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But tonight, I want to talk a little bit more about his concept called the cash flow quadrant. And the reason why we want to talk about the cash flow quadrant is because we're here to talk about your cash flow. Okay, I said at the beginning that this is going to be a financial conversation. This is going to be a business, a very mature conversation. This is not about how you can get all your friends and family and round everybody up into something. This is about you actually doing something that matters long-term for your life and for those who you care about, all right? And when it all boils down, it's about the the liquidity of the money that you have. It's about the assets that you have. It's about the legacy that you leave. It's about the inheritances that you're able to share with the family members that come after you. And the truth of the matter is that 95% of the people, guys, just aren't in a position to leave anything to anyone. And our goal is we want to change that. Okay, so the cash flow quadrant breaks down the four different categories of financial, four different financial categories that most people fall into. And so let's start with the very first one. We've got the employee. All right, now the employee category is one that all of us are probably familiar with, right? At some point in time, we have worked for someone else. We got a job as a teenager, or coming right out of school or college or something. Even if you went in the military, you worked a job, okay? And you reported to someone, and someone cut you a check every week, every other week, whatever that is. The thing with being an employee is that you are exchanging your time for the money. And the money is not even something that you can actually change, okay? It's the money that you and this company agree upon when you get hired, and that's the most you can make, unless you do what? Work more hours, right? You put in more time. If you put in more time, then they will pay you some overtime if you're an hourly employee. But when I was working, I was a salaried employee. And as a salaried employee, they didn't pay us overtime, right? Your salary was your salary, and you work until you get the job done. Sometimes that's late in the evenings. Sometimes that's getting to work a little earlier in the morning. Either way, I am exchanging my time for money. And guys, guess what? Right after, maybe a year after I worked for my company, right after I graduated from college, I got a master's degree in business, right? I was really excited about this job, was making like 70 grand a year, 22, 23 years old, no responsibilities, no bills, right? I was staying with my dad and my stepmom here in Atlanta, Georgia. And, it was amazing until I wanted to go to the homecoming. Right. And if any of you guys have been to college and, you enjoyed your college experience, homecoming is like a big deal. And so for me, it was no different. So I put in my time to take off to go to this homecoming about 6 months ahead of time. And everything was fine until we got to about a week before the homecoming. And then I got a notification from my boss basically saying that I could not take the time off. The time I had been preparing for 6 months. I could no longer take the time off, primarily because someone else in the company, in our department, who had greater seniority than me, meaning they had been there longer, actually requested the time off like just a few weeks ago. So I thought, well, wait a minute. I requested the time off 6 months ago, and this person comes along and requested a couple weeks ago, and they get the time and I don't, because you've worked here longer. I knew at that point in time that this corporate thing, even though I thought that's what I wanted to do when I went to business school and got loans and went to graduate school, what I thought I wanted to do, I realized it was no longer what I wanted to do, because the bureaucracy and me, we didn't fit well. Right. And so I realized at that time that I hated this. I hated that type of environment where ultimately people could come in and just overrule you because they were older or because they were there longer. And I didn't want to be in that type of environment. Now, what ended up happening was September the 11th, 2001 took place. And around February of the next year, 2002, I was actually laid off. Okay. So essentially I ran out of time with that company, and guess what? So did my money. Now I was able to get a severance, and I had Georgia unemployment, and I took that money, guys, and I shifted into the self-employed category. This is category number 2. Okay. So I shifted into the self-employed category, which was a hell of a lot better in my mind at that time than being the employee, because now I could run my own business, right? I was the boss. I could say when I was going to come to work. I could sleep late all day if I wanted to. And if I didn't want to go to work at all, I didn't have to. Now, here's the crazy thing about that. You can carry that mentality into the self-employed category, but very soon you'll realize that if you don't get up, no work gets done. Everything rises and falls on you. That is correct. You are now the boss, but that means now you got to do everything for the most part. You got to get up. You got to make the phone calls. You got to get the marketing out. You got to speak to the prospects. You got to close the sales. You've got to make sure the closings, because I had a real estate investment company. You got to go to the closings. You got to make sure the attorneys are doing the right things. You got to make sure the house is selling on the market properly. You got to make sure the buyers are squared away. You got to make sure all these different things happen. And guys, I'll tell you, I worked so much more in my real estate business than I did when I worked as an employee. It was absolutely bananas. Now, here's the crazy thing. I did make more money. And some of you guys that are self-employed, like, you have your realtors or your accountants, your doctors, your lawyers, your professional type of careers, you might be making enough money, right? And like me, we made money in our real estate business. The problem was that I felt like I virtually had no time, right? And I was scared to leave my business to other people because I don't think that they loved it as much as I did, right? I knew I had bills to pay. For others, it was just a job, right? We had assistants and things like that. And so the problem I had was that I was making money, but I couldn't get away, right? I couldn't get away. I couldn't shut it down. It was a constant situation. Even during that time when I was married, that's all me and my then husband talked about was the business, right? We lost sight of our relationship because of this business, right? It was all about this business. And so there are people, guys, who are either working for someone or working for themselves, where they just either don't have enough money to do the things that they want to do, or guess what? They don't even have the time to spend with their loved ones that they would love to spend because they're so busy working. Guys, 95% of the population fall into these two categories. And I'm telling you, it's not an easy place to be. It's not an easy place to be. Self-employed is a little bit better than being an employee. However, it's still not ideal, all right? Now, it wasn't until 2007, around 2006, when my real estate business began to kind of take a downturn. And then in the beginning of 2007, I was actually introduced to the business owner category. And guys, it's amazing how my life kind of just, went like a snake, right? Employee, self-employed, back up to business owner. But 2007, I got introduced to home-based business network marketing through one of a very good friend of mine whose father was a multimillionaire in Chicago. And we went to college together, me and my friend. And so he introduced me to network marketing. I got started in the industry at that point in time. And guys, I literally went to my very first network marketing presentation, and I saw these ladies standing up in this restaurant in Chicago doing this presentation for a company. And I just looked at them and I was just like, oh my God, this is all they have to do? I'm killing myself for 60 grand a month, 80 grand a month. And I'm watching these ladies look like they're having fun. They are excited, right? They've got these big rings on their fingers. Stephanie's on here, right? She would know. Larice Rivers, Larice was my very first mentor in network marketing. She was one of those ladies back in 2007, guys, who I saw, making $60,000, $70,000 a month, having the time of their life, not having a care in the world, flying all around, being free. And I'm thinking, dang, they're doing this with this type of business. I want to do that too. And so I began to dive into this business owner segment, this home-based business industry, and just start. Shelly talked about, having some success, but for 10 years, I've been kind of figuring this thing out, right? And so it's been good to me, but there's been some things that have not been so good, right? You have ups and you have downs. However, one of the downs, I'm going to be completely transparent with you, is that, yeah, I've made a lot of money in my real estate business and in my network marketing business. But guys, I'm going to tell you the truth. I knew that I needed to do something with my money, but I didn't know exactly what to do with it, right? I didn't know what to do with it. And it sat. And it sat and it sat for years. And as with anything, as the money sits, it's like, okay, well, I might as well start spending. Next thing you know, I'm dipping into the savings. Next thing you know, I'm dipping into my long-term, savings account. I'm dipping into this. I'm dipping into that. Till it got down to a point where I was like, okay, this is not working. I've got to start figuring out how I'm going to invest my money, or else I'm going to have to keep working from scratch for the rest of my life, even as a business owner, right? And so I got really serious about getting down into that investor category. Guys, 4% of the people are business owners, and they do an amazing job. I mean, the whole point of being a business owner is that you want to have systems, you want to have leverage, you want to be able to build assets. And network marketing does allow you to do that. So do franchises. Franchises allow you to do that. You can get started for $1.5 million to start a McDonald's. And guys, guess what? You could still earn $250,000 a year when it's all said and done. But I made more than that in network marketing a year without having to pay $1.5 million, right? I did it with paying $500, right? In that opportunity. And so you don't have to put so much cash outflow out on the table in order to get the types of returns that you want. But if you don't take the money that you do earn and put it into an environment where now that money can start working for you, guys, you will be a slave to your own business over and over and over and over and over again. And so tonight, this is all about you being in the investor category, the 1%ers. This is where the Bill Gates hang out, where the Charlie Mungers, where the Warren Buffetts hang out, where the wealthiest people in the world throughout history have hung out, and it's only 1% of the people that do it. And tonight, guys, guess what? You don't have to take the long road. You don't have to be an employee first, then self-employed, then business owner, then make your way to investor. We're going to show you tonight how, regardless of what category you're in, employee, self-employed, or business owner, you can actually start to immerse yourself inside of the investor category for way less than what Shelly paid to get going into learning this information. Okay, guys, so we're going to talk about how to employ your money, how to put your money to work for you, as opposed to you having to work for your money. And so iMarkets Live is a company that basically combined the Forex and futures trading market with the network marketing. So if you think about that chart that we just looked at, it's the right-hand side of the chart, right? Futures and Forex is the investor category, and network marketing is the business owner category, all right? Now, what is the foreign exchange market, you might be asking? It's like, well, I've heard about it, but I'm not really all that sure what it is. Well, foreign exchange is the that's the real term, and Forex is just the short abbreviated version, Forex, right? So the foreign exchange market is basically broken down like this. Let's say that you're in country A, you live in the United States, and you're gonna head over to country B, Australia. And you're going to hang out over there with our friends in Australia, Judy and Karina, for about 2 months. So you're going to get on an airplane, you're going to head over to Australia, and you're going to show up to Australia with your US dollars, right? Now, the likelihood that your US dollars are going to be able to be used, expansively around Australia is slim to none. So what do you have to do? You have to trade in your US dollars for the local currency, the Australian dollar, right? And when you go to a currency exchange, you go to some place, international money exchange place or whatever, and you trade in, you basically give them your US dollars for the Australian dollars. You're buying the Australian money with your US money, right? Well, the price is different every time somebody's doing that, right? The cost to exchange your US dollar matched up against the Australian dollar is not a set price. And it's going up and it's going down on a daily basis constantly, okay? And those changes in rates, in price, is what the Forex market is. And there are people that are trading the differences in the money, and they're making profits, guys. And so what's happening in the foreign exchange market, this is a global thing. It has nothing to do with me or you, and we can't stop it. It was happening before you. Remember what I said? Up to 10 years ago, you couldn't even play this game unless you had a net worth of $3 million, okay? And so this is a market that is the largest, and it is the most liquid financial market on the planet. $5.3 trillion per day is being traded in the foreign exchange market. And guys, guess what? You can do it all from your smartphone. Now, how many of you guys have a smartphone? If you got a smartphone, raise your hand, right? So I can just see you in the chat there, right? Okay. So a lot of you guys have smartphones, and guess what? You're using it for all types of stuff. You're on Facebook. You're on Instagram, you're communicating with people, you're checking your email, you're looking at the weather, you're looking at the maps, and you're seeing what's at the movies. You're doing all of that But did you know that you could actually be getting your own piece of the pie from the Forex market from that exact same device? In other words, your phone really is an income device, right? So we're going to show you how you can do that. But the market's open 24 hours a day, 5 days out of the week. And guys, let me tell you who's playing this game. Your banks, your hedge funds, your governments. This is what they're doing. You didn't even know, right under your nose. You're having your money sit in their banks, and they are taking your money while you think it's on deposit, and they're going out to the Forex market, and they're trading your money, and they're making 20% returns, right? 30% returns on your money. And then they're keeping the profit. They're putting your money back in the bank nice and neat. You didn't even know what happened. And guess what? They are gracious enough to pay you potentially 1% over the whole entire year for the money that you have on deposit. And to make matters worse, they actually charge you a monthly fee to even have your money in their bank. So I want you to think about that for a second. So you have a bank that charges you to put your money in their institution because you think it's safer there than being under your mattress. But all along, the gag is they're taking your money, they're making money off of your money, and they're putting your money back, and they're not giving you a dime for it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you, it is time that you understand how to play this game for yourself and understand that the banks and the hedge funds and your government are brilliant using the concept of OPE and OPM, other people's efforts and other people's money. They're making money from your money, but you're not making money from your money. What are you doing? You're going to work. You're exchanging your time for your money, and they're taking your money and making more money from it. And so iMarkets Live is designed to teach you how you can actually become part of the situation where you can earn from your own money. Now, iMarkets Live actually is a educational institution. We teach you how to trade in the Forex market, and we have software and tools to help you earn while you learn, because we fully understand that you may be completely brand new to this. And because you're new, no one wants to have to wait until they're a master at this before they can actually earn any money. And so we've got tools to help with that. We were founded July the 4th, 2013. So we're 4 years old as of this month. We are fully functional and operating in over 120 countries worldwide. We're debt-free, privately owned, and guys, we have no third-party services. So what that means is that all of the tools, all of the education, all of the software that is found within our iMarkets Live accounts are created for us by us. Okay, we don't have to pay anything out to any other third-party services to use their information. And guys, it's all designed really to take what was previously reserved for the people on Wall Street and bring that information over here to us on Main Street. Now, iMarkets Live is guided by 3 very highly intelligent and successful individuals, starting with our founder and CEO, Mr. Christopher Terry. Mr. Terry is a trader. He is a Forex trader. That is what he does. That is what he knows. And that's why he started this company, because he wanted to actually teach people how to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. He actually was teaching people how to do it previously, but similar to Shelly's situation, he was charging people, $5,000, $10,000 on a weekend to learn how to do it. Right? And he realized that he could actually share this if he just changed the model on a greater scale and actually be able to help more people. So he's traded over $50 million, both personally and through corporate accounts. He's been featured in numerous books, magazines, articles, and he's been a contributor on The Money Show. Now we've got next his wife and co-founder, CFO, Miss Isis De La Torre, and she is everything financial when it comes to the corporate arm of iMarkets Live. She has an MBA in finance, a BA in economics, a Series 7 and 63 license registrations. She has life, health, and annuities license. Guys, over 25 years in the financial industry. I think you get it. She knows finance, all right? Last but not least, we have Mr. Alex Morton, and guess what? He is a network marketer, all right? And so Alex is about 27 years old. He's done over 50 million in sales in his career in network marketing, earned over $4 million personally. He's a best-selling author, has been featured in Forbes, Rolling Stone. And guys, he is in charge of spearheading the network marketing side. So when you look at these three people, I want you to see experts. I want you to see Mr. Christopher Terry is an expert in trading. I want you to see Mrs. Isa De La Torre. She's an expert in finance. And I want you to look at Mr. Alex Morton and say he is an expert in network marketing. You put these three people together, guys, we've got an amazing leadership team. So why would they put this company together, being so successful and this and that? Well, here's a quote from Ms. De La Torre. She says, Chris and I believe in creating a true vehicle that will bring people respect, dignity, and power to change their lives and the lives of others around the world. So guys, there are people walking around every single day who are millionaires and billionaires, right? We don't knock the fact that they exist. The issue is that people aren't always forthcoming and willing to share with you how you can do what they did to change your life, all right? But in this situation, you have people that don't have to do it because they could just go out and do it on their own, but they chose to. And so how fortunate are we to be in a position to learn a skill like this that was kept from us from so many years, to now be able to capitalize from it, earn from it, learn from it, and be able to leave something for our future generations. So now I want to share with you the products that has us all so excited, all right? All the products that we have 7 different products inside of our product suite, and we've broken them down into 3 different categories. So our first category is our mirror trading category, where this is all hands-free, okay, guys? It's really like a set it and forget it type of situation. So the first product is called FX Signals Live. FX is like Forex, right? And this is our wealth creation tool. And I want you to think about this for a second. With FX Signals Live, what happens is you take money that you have, and everyone that gets started with iMarkets Live, you have to create your own brokerage account, okay? So you have a broker account, you fund your broker account with some money, and then you attach your broker account to one of the master trader accounts that's here in our company. Guys, we have people, physical people that work at iMarkets Live, where they are trading live in their own accounts. And when you attach your account to their account, all the activity that they're taking, that they're moving and doing in their account, your account's going to mirror that, right? So it's like they're trading on your behalf, right? You don't have to know anything. They're trading on your behalf. So I want you to think about this. The money in your bank account, you know, the same money that the banks are making 20, 30% on, that you're not making anything on. What if you actually took $500, a couple $100, and put it in the auto trader? We call this FX Signals Live. Another term is called an auto trader, right? Let's say you put it in the auto trader, and it's long term. You set it, you forget. It's like you got the money in the bank. You're not worried about it, right? What if you actually put it in the auto trader and were able to earn between 2, 5, and 10% monthly returns on that money? Would that be better than what you're getting in your bank account right now, right? Would that be better than what you're getting for the whole year? Could you earn that in a month potentially? The answer is yes, all right? And so guys, here's the deal. iMarkets Live has nothing to do with your money. You set up your own brokerage account. It's a relationship between you and your broker. All you're doing is connecting that account with the master trader, and you're able to benefit as the master trader is making the trades throughout the day, okay? So that's FX Signals Live. Next, we have the Fusion Trader, all right? Now, the Fusion Trader is just like FX Signals Live, guys, except that the Fusion Trader is a lot more aggressive. And when I say a lot more aggressive, what I mean is that there's much more activity happening in it, right? There's a lot more trades happening throughout the day inside of the Fusion Trader. And guys, this is a more shorter term type of tool to use, all right? So still, again, it's set it, forget it. It's hands-free. You don't have to worry about it. Guys, I literally, I changed my traders on Sunday, right? And I believe we did a presentation on yesterday, and I showed you guys we were negative, right? I think we were negative yesterday when I showed my phone up to you guys. I woke up this morning, guys, everything was in the blue, had made $300 in a day, and I wasn't even doing the trading. Right? My account was just connected to the Fusion Trader. So I really can attest to the Fusion Trader for sure, because I know for a fact that I don't know all I need to know about Forex market yet, but I know that I made $300. I can look at that and tell that that is a big plus. All right. Moving along, guys, we have our second category, which is our copy, paste, and profit category. How many of you guys can actually copy and paste? Go ahead, raise your hand if you can copy and paste. All right, amazing. So what happens with the copy and paste is that we have a product called Swipe Trades. And Swipe Trades is really an app on your phone. You can download it from the App Store or from your Google Play. And what happens is you have a master trader yet again. And this time the trader sends a signal out, right? They send a notification, boom, right to your phone. And it says Swipe Trade Alert. You open up that alert, guys, the screen pops open. It looks just like it does right there on your screen. And you swipe to the right to actually accept the trade. And you swipe to the left to decline the trade. When you open the trade, and you're ready to actually take the same trade that the master trader has just sent you the details on, all you do is you copy the details that's on that screen. This is a little button on the right-hand side. You touch it, right? You got a smartphone, it's just touch screen, right? You copy, and then you go over to your trading platform and you paste. So all the numbers in your Swipe Trades details form, you copy them and you go over to your trading platform and you paste them. Guys, you don't have to know what everything means. What you have to do is understand that all you're doing is following the leader. When someone tells you to do something, when they know what they're doing, it's better sometimes that you don't really, ask all these questions. You kind of just do what they tell you to do if your goal is to get the results. If you don't want to get the results, you don't have to do it, okay? However, it's so easy to be able to copy and paste from master traders and be able to multiply your money and not have to know everything than it is for you to have to figure everything out first before you make your first dollar. So Swipe Trades is an amazing product, okay? Next, we have our daily swing trades. Now, the swing trades, guys, are delivered directly by our CEO, Mr. Christopher Terry. And what happens is when he makes a swing trade, he sends out an email. You get it in your inbox, and you open up your back office to iMarkets Live. You go and you will watch the video where he's telling you about the trade that he's placed or is about to place or whatever, right? What you do is you listen, you watch, and you go and do what the CEO tells you to do. Now, in school, guys, if someone were standing next to you during your midterm exam, giving you the answers to the test, that would be an amazing thing. You would probably pay top dollar to have someone from the previous semester stand in your ear and give you the answers to the test this semester, wouldn't you? However, that's a cardinal sin in school, isn't it? It's called cheating. And you might get expelled or you might get in trouble and you got to get sent home. But guys, the irony is that in business, we welcome that. That's called modeling. That's called being successful. It's called don't take the long route to success, right? It's called do what people do that have what you want and just get the same similar types of results, right? So when the CEO is telling you what to do, you kind of just do it and you're able to go ahead and make some trades and make some successful trades from his advice. Now, guys, I've shared with you a few tools that are more automated, that are more copy and paste, and that are more just kind of modeling what you should do. But iMarkets Live realizes that in life, the only thing that no one can take from you are the skill sets that you develop. And so although we want you to have an opportunity to earn while you learn, we also really want you to start diving into the education so that you can know it for yourself, right? Know why the trade is happening. Know what trade to take. Know when to take a trade. Know all those things on your own. And guys, that starts with our next product, IML Academy. And this is where you can log into your back office, have access to over 50 educational videos that take you from beginner, intermediate, all the way up through advanced as it relates to Forex, how Forex started, where it came from, what Forex means, what a pip is, what is a lot, what is a candlestick, right? All this different jargon that may sound foreign to you right now will become very familiar as you start to dive in and learn about this yourself. Guys, they are constantly adding new material here. It is available to you in your back office or on your smartphone or your iPad 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are times, guys, literally when my son finally goes to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning. God knows why he's up this late. I don't know. But I have my iPad, right? I've got my earplugs on and I am 1 o'clock in the morning listening to IML Academy, right? I would listen earlier if I could get him to go to sleep, but he won't. So primarily because, I don't know, he sees his mother doing this every night, right? He's charged up. He's excited. He wants to learn how to trade. And so IML Academy is your best friend for your own ability to learn at your own pace. Next, we have the Harmonic Scanner, all right? Now, the Harmonic Scanner is a very, very interesting tool in the fact that it was created just for iMarkets Live, and it's privately owned by the company. Now, what this tool does, guys, listen to me carefully. What this tool does is that it actually scans the market for patterns when the market is open, and it will give you entry points to a trade, exit points to a trade, and where you should put your stop losses, meaning where you should, this, I won't go beyond this point, or beyond this point, I'm going to lose money. So stop me at this point, right? And it will tell you all of this. You see it on the screen. It says entry. You can see where it says stop, right? And you can see the numbers on the right-hand side. It's telling you exactly what to do. So you can use the scanner to help you decide where and how you're going to make your own trades. Okay, remember, this is not auto trading anymore. This is you doing it yourself. And so having even the scanner on your side to help you just kind of double check yourself and make sure you're doing the right thing is a wonderful tool to have. Guys, there are people who are master traders, and I'm talking about the peer level of Mr. Christopher Terry, where they have gotten started with iMarkets Live, not because they wanted to learn Forex. Obviously, they're already winners and knowledgeable about it, but so they could get access to this Harmonic Scanner. This is a very valuable piece of software, guys, that it could be sold for $5 grand just by itself, okay? But you get it as a customer here with iMarkets Live. Last but not least, we have our 7th product, which is IML TV. This is for those of you that love a more interactive type of environment, okay? So we have 35 plus hours of live education every single week. And what happens is in your back office, it's like a schedule. It's like a TV guide. And you can pick the day of the week as well as the time, and you can choose to watch that session live, performed by one of the master traders or one of the educators. And you get entered into the live trading room, right? Guys, you have access to the chat. You can ask questions. You can participate. You can do all things that you want to do inside of this IML TV session, guys, without having the feeling like you're doing this by yourself, right? So if you feel like IML TV is kind of, oh, I'm alone, I'm kind of solo, and you want to interact with other people, then IML TV would be your best place for you to live, learn, and earn all at the same time, all right? So now, guys, I have shared with you all 7 of our products, all right? And I think you get the point on how powerful this is. You've got automated tools, you've got kind of semi-automated tools where you can participate, and then you've got your full-blown educational materials. And so the only thing that you really should be asking right now is, okay, listen, how do I get started, right? I see the benefit. I know I need to learn this stuff, and I realize that I can earn while I learn. I don't have to know everything. The master traders will trade for me. Well, we've got 2 packages, okay? Our first package is our Platinum package. With that package, you get IML Academy, you get IML TV, you get the Harmonic Scanner, and you get the daily swing trades, all right? You get it for $195 one time, and then you have a monthly subscription of $145. The next way that you can get started is with our Platinum Plus package. And with this package, you're going to still get those same 4, but now you're going to get our automated tools right along with it. So we're going to add on swipe trades, the Fusion Trader, and FX Signals Live, guys, for just $40 more. So it's $235 one time, and then it's $185 monthly for your subscription. Now, here's something that I really want you to understand and know that we think is really cool. We have what we call a scholarship program, and our scholarship program is called 2 and Free. Now, the way 2 and Free works is this. As a customer, when you refer 2 other customers, the company is going to completely waive your $145 monthly subscription. Guys, that means that you get to have access to all the tools, all the education, the master traders, and the software, and the community, and everything else for free. Okay, I'm going to say that again. $195 one time, and then it's free. Okay. Everyone likes free, especially when what you're getting for free is of value. Okay. When it's of value. Now, if you're at the Platinum Plus package, your monthly subscription is $185 a month. Okay. So what happens, 2 and free still applies to you, except only the $145 portion will be waived. So guys, you will have the additional $40 monthly that you'll have to pay. But guys, let me tell you something. Didn't you just hear Shelly tell you that it was going to cost her another $12,000 just to add on the futures and Forex trading? She'd already spent $9 with just the options. It was going to be another $12 for the futures and Forex. And I'm sharing with you that you can get access to this amazing information, Leverage Masters, for $40. Guys, let me tell you something. If you aren't jumping around, swinging around your chandelier right now, I'm telling you, we got to check your pulse. All right. So that's how that works. Now, let's just say that you are not interested in building an organization and you only want to just do the custom. You only want to learn Forex. Guys, everything that I just shared with you is available to you as a customer. Even when you refer to customers, that is not you becoming a business builder. That is not you building a team. That is just an option that the company has given you in an effort to help you eliminate your monthly cost. But you don't have to participate in that one way or the other. You can just trade your merry little heart all the way to the bank. Okay. However, if you are like Shelly, if you are like myself, if you are like many of the other Dream Team members that that are here and someone that may have invited you here this night, tonight, then you actually like sharing opportunities with people. You see, I like doing that. Okay, it's a thing that I like to do, especially when I know it can help someone. Right. So as a result, iMarkets Live gives you the opportunity to become what we call an IBO with the company, an independent business owner. And that allows you to share the opportunity and actually earn a compensation for doing so, all in addition to anything and everything that you may be earning in your trading side of the business. Okay. Now, as an IBO, you get started with our team builder bonus. So for every customer that you refer to the business, the company's going to pay you $35 fast start. Okay. Every single customer. There's no passing it up. There's no skip a person and this and that. It's $35 every personal customer that you enroll into the business. Now, when you become a Platinum 600, that's as you grow your team. We'll talk a little bit more about that. You're going to be able to earn a $10 commission on all your level 2 referrals. And when you're Platinum 1000, you're going to be able to earn $5 on all your level 3 referrals. Okay, guys? So a little bit of fast start money to get you going in the game for every referral that you make. Now, once you have personally enrolled 3 customers, personally, okay, sign up 3. What happens is that now you are what we call Platinum 150. And 150 means that you're earning $150 a month, okay, which is $37.50 a week. And guys, since the company pays out weekly, then your commission would be $37.50 every single week. Now, here's something that I want you to know that I know, and I want you to know that we're crystal clear. This $150 is by no means our attempt for you to get rich, okay? The $150 is designed for you as a business owner to do one thing and one thing only. Remember that cash flow quadrant and that business owner category? So it said put your business hat on. As a business owner, you don't have bills, you have expenses. Okay. As a consumer, you spiel, oh, I got bills. But as a business owner, you have expenses. And one of the main expenses that business owners have is their overhead, the cost of them doing the business, right? So what iMarkets Live has realized is that the cost of you doing this business is $145 or $185 a month. And that $150 that you're going to earn when you enroll 3 customers, guys, covers that $145. Now, it does not fully cover the $185, but give me a break. Now you're going to be paying $35, right? That's a discount. That's less than the customers, right? That's less than a customer who only gets 2 referrals, right? They're going to be paying $40. You're going to be paying $35. Why, guys? Because you're going to make $150, and then you would have to pay out, or you would have to pay out $185, and then the company will be paying you $150. That's $35 difference. Okay. If you're at the platinum level and your outflow is only $145 a month, guys, you're making $5 every month that you have at least 3 people enrolled in your organization. All right. That math makes sense. If that math makes sense to you guys, raise your hand. If that makes sense to you, right? Making $5 every month is better than paying $145. Is it not? Okay. Just wanted to make sure you guys were with me. Now, let's just say you realize that you're not going to break the bank with that, but you want to start to grow. So you're going to grow your team to 12 active customers. That's going to make you a platinum 600. You're going to be earning $600 per month. Guys, that's $150 weekly. Next, we have our platinum 1000, and someone is drawing on my screen. I don't know why. You're going to be a platinum 1000. And guys, now you're going to be earning $1,000 per month. Okay. $1,000 per month, which is $250 a week. All right. Now, guys, listen, I know for some of you, your expenses and your bills at home may be more than $1,000, but I'm going to tell you this. We have members in our team who have children who are 18. My nephew is in the business. He's 20, right? He likes stuff. He likes cell phones and gym shoes and iPads and very expensive tools and cars, and likes to drive his mother's car and drive her gas out. Do you think that the $1,000 that he could make in his business could contribute to doing some things that he would like to do, right? Let alone even in your life, an extra $1,000 a month. Try this on for size. What if the $1,000 a month didn't do anything for you except fund your trading account? What if it did that? What if you made $1,000 a month on the network marketing side of the business, and you used that $250 a week to actually fund your broker account and use Fusion Trader, or use the Harmonic scanner to do your own trades, or use swipe trades? Guys, do you see how this is a win-win situation? No matter what you do, you can use the money for yourself, or you can use the money to actually go and start trading. All right. So guys, here's a little simple breakdown of everything, of all of the residual pay. We've got platinum 2000 is $2,000 a month. Platinum 5000 is $5,000 a month. Then we click over to our chairman 10, which is $10,000 a month. Guys, this is the coveted 5-figure per month income that so many people want to make, right? And at iMarkets Live, you can do that with 500 customers. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something. I've been in companies where with 500 customers, you might get a nice fast start, right? However, once they rebill and they're paying their auto ship, right, and they're paying $50 a month, and you're getting $2 on that $50 a month, right? It's kind of difficult for you to actually build a solid residual income with just 500 customers. Here, it's a very real situation. So this goes down through Chairman 500, which is $500,000 a month. And so guys, here's what I want you to know. If you look at this column right here, this monthly pay column, it ranges from $150 a month up through $500,000 a month. And maybe you don't want to make $500 a month. Maybe you feel like that's out of your reach or whatever. All I want you to know is that I personally believe that in that column, there is a number that you're looking at right now that looks really good to you, and it feels good to you. And you're saying to yourself, man, if I could have that every single month, this could happen with my life. I could actually begin to do some more things with my family. I could actually walk away from that job. I could actually go on a vacation. I could actually buy that dream house or buy that dream car, right? There's a number on there that I know could actually do that for you. And our goal here in our team, as well as the company, is to do nothing more than help you get that, okay? Help you achieve that, whatever that is for you. Now, in addition to the monthly residual income, we've got our one-time bonuses that range from $500 to $200,000, right? And then we have our Chairman's Club bonus. It's called our Chairman Infinity Bonus, actually, guys, where you can earn 1% of the total volume in each of your 3 legs of business every single month at the Chairman level. So, for example, when you become Chairman 10 and you're earning $10,000 a month, What happens is that the company will pay you up to $1,000 per leg of business, and there's 3 legs. So that's an extra $3,000. So now you're going to make the $10,000 a month because you're a chairman, and then you're going to make the $3,000 a month because of the chairman infinity bonus. Guys, I want you to take that $3,000 a month and I want you to multiply it times 12 months in a year. That's $36,000 in a year. That's almost 40 grand, guys. That's someone's job, right? Someone's job that you're able to now benefit and earn in a bonus. Okay. Lives can change here, whether you're trading or whether you're building the business. Either way is why I got excited, because you didn't have to just build in order to change your life here. You could actually just trade. But hey, because I'm a builder, Shelly's a builder, it makes sense, and we're pretty happy with the compensation plan and the way it works, all right? So guys, listen, I've shown you the products, I've shown you the opportunity, I've shown you the money, literally, I've shown you the money, right? And I've shown you how you can start to, insert yourself into the investor category, be part of the 1%ers. And once you get started with iMarkets Live, guys, what you're gonna get, you're going to get some tangible things and some intangible things. Some tangible things you're going to get would be, what are kind of intangible too, but technically, you're going to get things like the harmonic scanner, right? You're going to get what you paid for. You're going to get the education. You're going to get the master traders trading on your behalf. But there's also some intangible things that you're going to get. You're going to get a friendly and a supportive community and culture. You're going to get the dream team. I'm telling you right now that there are people that at other companies, when we were part of different companies, guys, we go to the events, people were begging to be part of the dream team. Why? Because we care about our people. Why? Because we truly have a culture and a community here. Why? Because we actually provide you the training, the support, and it's not a place where you get started and then, the people disappear that got you going, and now you're off doing this business by yourself. The reality is that we are all here for the long term. We are all here to do something great for our own families, and we're all going to work together to help to make sure that everyone that's part of our community gets to live their dream, thus the dream team, right? Ultimately, we want to help you learn how to make your money work for you, all right? So guys, listen, at this point in time, I think you've seen everything that you need to see and heard everything that you need to hear in order to make an informed decision about whether or not you are ready to get started with us. And if you've seen the light, right? If you've seen the money at this point in time, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and get back with the person that invited you to this presentation this evening. Let them know that you are ready to get started. Let them know that they better hurry up and send you their enrollment link, because you are ready to get into your IML back office. You want to start with your hands free. You want to start learning, and you want to start your life in a brand new direction. All right. So once you've done that and you're enrolled, guys, I want to be the first to welcome you to the IML family as well as the Dream Team. And so, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just stop sharing my screen and turn it back over to Shelly to see if there are any questions that anyone has. And if there are, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Shelly?
Yeah, Tracy, I have a question. There's a lot of information to take in, and I was talking to some of my friends the other day who are in the same position as I am, on a pension and wanting to have their money grow. So I know there's 2 sides, so you can join. Can you join for the $195 and learn, as well as putting some money into the other side and leaving it sit there? And if you do put, say if you put $200 in there, it's like putting it in your bank, if I've got this right, and then say in 6 months' time you've earned some interest on that, can you take that little bit of interest out to use it, and it's still, the rest still stays in there?
That's a great question, Judy. And the answer is yes. Okay. iMarkets Live does not restrict, your money. In fact, they have nothing to do with your money. Okay. Your money is the relationship between you and your broker, and you have access to your money anytime you want access to it. So if you want to take some out, you can take it out. If you want to put more in, you can put more in. It's a little different than like, a 401k or something like that, right? I mean, they're forcing you to keep the money in there, Why? Because they're out trading it in the Forex, right? I mean, if you keep taking it out, what are they going to make their money with? Nothing. They need your money to do it. So, you know, you have penalties and all these different things. But guys, now you're actually, it's like you're right at the supplier, right? You can now do it direct to market. And now you can take your money in and out as you see fit, Judy. So yes, you can put some money in, leave it there, grow, take it out, do other stuff with it, trade with it, spend it, whatever you want to do.
And so can you start on the 195 package and do all that?
Okay, so you're asking, can you use like the automated tools with $195?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, you cannot. In order to use the automated tools, you would have to upgrade. Okay, now here's the thing. You can get started at the $195, and then you can go into your back office, and those 3 different tools, the swipe trades, the fusion trader, and the FX Signals Live, those 3 tools, you can actually choose them a la carte if you want to, right? So let's just say you don't want to do the full 235 either, right? But you only want to use the fusion trader. I believe the fusion trader, let me come back. I believe the fusion trader is, I want to say, let me come back, let me look. The fusion trader is actually $15 a month, right? So you can get started for the $195, and you would say, well, I only want to do one automated tool right now. Well, then you would upgrade for the $15, and now you would pay the $195 to get started, and then you would pay the $15 when you upgrade it to the fusion trader, and then monthly going forward, you would have your $145, which is your basic subscription, plus the $15 for the fusion trader, which is now $160. All right. So you can do it a la carte, or you can do it as a package deal. But either way, you can always upgrade or downgrade the packages as you see fit, whatever works best.
Oh, okay. That understand it. Yeah, that's good. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Tracy, I have a question for you. This is a newbie question, and many of the team members that are coming on brand new, they have the idea that, hey, you know, all I have to do is sign up and I can make money and not do anything. So my question is, how can we express even more so than the terms and everything that we're giving anyway to end that idea, that thought process?
Okay. Well, you know, partly they're right. Right? Partly they are right? Because they don't. But it takes a little bit of setup, at least, to get to the point where they don't have to do any work, right? And so what I would recommend is that we help people understand that, as with any business, you can't just sign up and just sit around and wait for the money to fall out the sky, right? You do have to set a few things up. You do have to get your broker account set up. You do have to verify your identity to make sure you're a real person. You do have to go through our 72-hour fast start training, which will now get you on track so that you can start to see, okay, what do I need to do? And once you've done those things, and then you decide that you're going to just connect to the FX Signals Live, or you're going to connect to the fusion trader, then you don't have to really do anything, right? But up to that point, you got to do a couple things. Does that help answer the question, Kathleen?
That makes sense. However, the person I'm talking about went through all the training, went through all the steps and everything, and was upset that he didn't make anything. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, their job doesn't work like that, right? There's nothing that really works like that. They have to show up at work, right? That you can't go to the interview, get the job, and then Monday morning, hey, I got a job, but I'm going to lay in this bed. And then 2 weeks Friday, you're calling up that job like, hey, where's my check? I got a job. Well, okay. We fired you right after we hired you because you never showed up, right?
Never did the job. Never did the work.
Thing. Yeah, absolutely. So if the energy is that I don't want to do anything, then this probably is not going to be the best environment, okay, for you. However, if you are willing to do a little something, and I'm telling you, the little that you're doing is going to pay you greatly versus what you're not doing right now. because you didn't even know what you didn't know, right? That the fact that you didn't know it is costing you money. All right. So the fact that you now know it and actually have to do a few little, tidbits of things can actually help you in the long term. But if you don't want to do anything, then maybe you should just stick to the job.
Yeah, stay with the job.
You got it.
Thanks, Tracy.
My pleasure.
Hey, Tracy, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yep. Go ahead, Janet.
So you talked about the money that you made. Now, I want to, with a fusion trader, but I want to ask this question. How soon can a person get started trading live, and is there something that they can do to kind of practice and get ready before they start putting their own money out there on the market?
Okay. Just give me my phone, please. All right. So people can get started as soon as they want. Okay. The thing is, the company does recommend that we all start with a demo account. All right. And what a demo account does, guys, is it allows you to actually trade live in the market, but without real money, right? It's pretend money, but it's real results. Technically, the numbers are real numbers. Okay. And you can get used to the platform. You can get used to the certain types of settings. I'll tell you this. I had my settings wrong with Fusion Trader, right? And I didn't know, it just kept being red, right? And I was like, why? This isn't working, right? And I said, something's not right. And I went back and I read that paragraph that, it tells you when you're setting up your trader, it tells you, I read that thing like 3 more times, and I realized I was making an error in my lot size, right? So I changed my lot size. And then that next day I changed my trader, and then it was $300 profit. Now, I say that to say, what if I had real money in that account and I made that error, right? Because I was still learning the system. Well, I would have lost all that money before. Now, I would have made it back again too, but it may have been a little bit of a challenge to sleep that night because you have to build up a tolerance, right, to seeing your money going up and down when you're playing in this type of market. So the demo account is really there for you to get your bearings. It's there for you to practice. It's there for you to get a little bit of an understanding of what you're doing. And then when you're comfortable, and only you know when you're comfortable, then you can activate your live account. You can fund your account with real money, and you can do the exact same thing with your real money. Now, we recommend that you do it. The companies are between 45 and 90 days. However, guys, there are people that will do it for 2 weeks, right? I mean, it's just up to you essentially, but we definitely want you to not feel like you got to jump out there and hurry up, because I will tell you the Forex market isn't going anywhere, right? It's not going anywhere. So take your time, learn it so that you don't just make, crazy mistakes, and then you can still earn while you learn. Did that help, Janet? Okay.
Thank you.
I have a question. There's 3 different products, and I was wondering, is it best to set up 3 different accounts for those, all products? Is it best to set up all the different accounts or trade in that one specific account? Say you have one account and you have like $5,000. Should you set up another account for each individual product that you're using? Like say swipe trades, the Fusion Trader, Epic Signals Live.
Yeah, that's a good question. It is recommended that you have separate accounts from what the traders are trading in and what you are manually trading in, because there's different parameters that, everybody is following. And so in order to help with your risk management, right? If you got $5,000 somewhere, you don't want that trading out of one account because you've got stuff going on. They don't know what you have going on. And then they've got stuff going on. And because you're hands free, you don't know what they got, right? And so it's best to keep what you have. And this is live and demo, right? I mean, the way you practice is the way it's going to be. So even in your demo accounts, you'll have one demo account for all your automated where the traders are trading, and then a separate live account or demo account for where you're doing all your own manual trades, just for better risk management.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
You got it. Any other questions, guys? These are really good questions. Any other questions? Going once? Going twice? All right. So it looks like we have answered everything, and it looks like you guys have it. Maybe it's just that simple that you guys get it, right? Which is an amazing thing. If it's not that complex, maybe questions don't need to come up, right? And I welcome that just the same. So Shelly, I'm very glad that we were able to pre-launch your business for you. Are there any closing words or comments that you'd like to share before we close out for the evening?
Yes, I would just like to thank you, Tracy, for finding this phenomenal opportunity. It is wonderful, and I'm so happy to be here. And thank you so much. That's it. Have a good evening, everybody.
All right, guys. So you've heard it directly from Shelly. I appreciate you guys for jumping on, taking some time this evening. Go ahead, get back with the person that shared this with you. I look forward to working with you inside of IML and the Dream Team. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, Trace.